is essentially to say privacy. What some have said is that if you require age verification, then that's going to hurt the privacy of even adults who want to access this kind of material, because they would have to provide some mechanism to prove their age. Now, let's analyze that argument. This bill creates a responsibility for the companies involved to have a meaningful mechanism for verifying the age. And those companies very much have an interest in ensuring and protecting the privacy of their users. But they have an obligation to ensure now that they are doing meaningful age verification. And if you looked at other countries that have adopted similar legislation, there's no requirement for verification of a name or a person's identity. It is simply age verification. And this is applied in other areas. It's done in other countries. So I think that companies can and have an incentive to ensure they are protecting the privacy of their users while also protecting kids. And my priority is protecting children. It is mind-boggling to me that people would say, because they believe there's some scintilla of a risk to privacy, that they are willing to oppose a bill and therefore effectively expose children to this kind of abuse, simply to counter the hypothetical risk that there might be some kind of a privacy breach. It's a question of what is truly important. But the other question here is there some difference of ideology? And I think, again, conservatives have a long history of emphasizing the importance of the state being an ally to parents in their efforts to protect the innocence of children. That is our priority. Parents as first educators of their children, parents as having this critical role of protecting their children, and the state needing to create the conditions to support that work of parents. And then finally, I think one of the things we need to consider in the opposition of the Liberals to this is the role of lobbying. Because we know that the policy advisor to the Liberal Justice Minister, shortly before the vote on this bill, met with a lobbyist, a Liberal insider actually, and former Liberal staffer, who was acting with and on behalf of a company affiliated with Pornhub. So obviously we don't know what happened in that conversation, but there was a requirement to register these kinds of contacts. Pornhub is now owned by Ethical Capital Partners, it's called. Kind of one of these ironic names, right? And the fact that then a lobbyist affiliated with them was meeting with the Justice Minister's office shortly before the vote on this bill raises some concerns. I believe that the pornography industry is lobbying against this bill. They don't want to see measures in place that would prevent young children from accessing these materials. It's clear. It is not in their interest to have that happen. So I think we need to expose this, and we need to fight hard to get this bill over the line. Because this is a Senate bill, all that's left is the House of Commons. If we can get it to pass the House of Commons at third reading, unamended, then it will become law. And how much better of a society will we have? How many children will we protect if we make this bill law? How many spouses will we protect who may be subject to the impacts on their spouse of having been exposed to this material from a young age? How many people will we protect by passing this bill? I hope to work with all of you to get this done. And I know we have people from a variety of different faith and cultural backgrounds here. I want to say I think that the Muslim community can in particular play a critical role on this piece of legislation. I think it's no secret that historically the Liberals have done better than the Conservatives in getting support from the Muslim community. I hope that will change, but that has been the historical pattern. And I hope we will see a change in government. But in the current environment, with the current parliament as it is, I want to encourage all of you to put immense pressure on your local members of parliament, especially on your Liberal members of parliament, to change their votes and support this bill. And ask them, why would you oppose a bill that is so common sense? So what I want to ask you to do in order to help us get this bill passed is, I have this petition here I want to show you. So my assistant Ali is going to be distributing this petition. And this is a petition in support of the bill. But what I want you to do actually is not to sign it. Well, sign it eventually. But I want you to take the petition home with you. This petition has the return address of MP Arnold Pearson on the back. And when you send mail, some of you might not know this, good tip in general, when you send mail to your members of parliament, you don't have to pay postage. No stamp required, just stick it in the mailbox. And this is because Canada Post is a federal crown corporation. It's to make it easier for Canadians to be able to contact their members of parliament. So free of charge, and there's the address